Shields in Dark Nebula play a huge part in combat against Cerberus forces and are the key to keeping your battleships healthy. There are a total of 8 shield types available to the player, and every single one of them has special properties that make them better than others in certain combat scenarios. We will go over each shield module to provide you with all the general information necessary to help you with picking the shields that will be efficient and will fit your playstyle the most. It's a very situational shield, powerful due to it granting short-lived invincibility, but also weak due to leaving the ship unprotected for the remainder of its cooldown. It is useful when trying to kill the tanky Hydra, diving into a big group of enemy forces, or when shielding a battleship activating Vengeance. Alpha shield scales as follows. Relatively durable shield that additionally grants a speed boost for the first 10 seconds of its activation and causes heavy area damage around the ship during that time. This is very useful in crowded sectors, and thanks to its area damage, it helps kill enemies quickly and neutralize enemy projectiles. Impulse shield scales as follows. Durable shield that is passively active and will start regenerating if it hasn't received any damage for past 6 seconds, going back to full strength after another 48 seconds. It provides reliable protection against damage throughout the whole duration of a red star. Regenerating shield scales as follows. It has higher HP than most other shields but has no other utility properties, and while it can take some punch, it gets outclassed by other shields in any other aspect. Omega shield scales as follows. It provides very strong protection from blast damage but leaves the bearing ship vulnerable to direct weapon damage. Use it to mitigate damage coming from enemy bomber rockets and destroyer death effect. Blast shield scales as follows. A relatively low HP shield that once dealt damage to, reflects that damage back onto enemies in a wide area around the battleship. It pulses damage after 2 seconds from receiving its first hit for a total amount equal to damage dealt to the shield in that time times the damage reflection value it has. These damage pulses can get very powerful and are capable of destroying projectiles. Mirror shield scales as follows. It has slightly lower HP than most shields and protects all ally ships in its area, however it doesn't protect the bearing ship. It is helpful for protecting any drones you might use during combat, or with defending miner or transport ships. Ally shield scales as follows. A shield that provides % damage reduction to battleship instead of HP. That shield is passive and is active only when the battleship is moving, and while it does not prevent the hull from receiving damage, it strongly incentivizes use of healing modules in order to greatly increase the amount of damage ownership can effectively take. Motion shield scales as follows. Now that we have described each shield type, we can go over HP scaling of each available shield. As a comparison measure, we will look at effective HP chart prepared for battleship at level 6. Effective HP means that it is base HP of battleship plus HP that the shield provides. Take note of several details. There is no alpha shield on the chart as it provides damage immunity instead of HP, which can't be measured here. Blast shield protects only from damage dealt by explosions. Motion shield is active only when moving.